Martin Eden, second and final note. Recorded here in the parking lot of the greatest lycée around, the Lycée Français. Let's not get into that. That's for another note on the stories. By the way, you can find also notes on my story, not just other people's short or long tales. Martin Eden is an interesting character. When we first meet him, he's a rough, uneducated individual with an impressive physical appearance, because he has been through lots of fights and in many places where he has beaten adversaries. In fact, it seems that with few exceptions, there's almost no one that can resist his impressive strength. But his vocabulary, his English language are not that good. Ruth Morse, the woman he would love, in fact he loves her from, it seems, from the moment he first sees her. In what manner it would be interesting to find out. Ruth Morse is both attracted and repulsed. She likes this powerful man, the energy, the strength he has is impressive, but the way he talks is awful. For an educated woman is just unbearable, and for a long time she has to keep correcting him, and she is a mentor for this man. She represents a symbol. In fact, I'm not sure if this love is not the love of an ideal, of a goddess, a woman who is more like Athena, smart, a goddess of wisdom, and not Aphrodite's. So I'm not sure to which extent Martin Eden appreciates and loves the brain of this superwoman, Uberfrau, or whatever that would be in German. We know about Übermensch, I don't know about the Uber superwoman. And it appears he's not so in love with the woman as a female, as a body, if I may say that. Anyway, so there's a long period for Martin Eden of improvement, self-improvement. He reads a lot. He tries to study. It's very difficult, hellish, in fact, for him, because he has to support himself, and he cannot both work. He tries that in an impossible cleaning company. So he cannot be overexhausted as there, and at the same time study and read and recuperate and fill the huge gaps in his education. In fact, he had practically no education, so he has to compensate and do a lot of work. But he does that, and not just that, but he is starting to write. He writes poems, short stories. He sends them to newspapers and magazines. For a long time they're refused or simply neglected, but after a period some of them have some success, in the sense that they get published, but he doesn't get the money. So there's a funny moment when he goes to visit such an enterprise, such a publication, and he has an argument with with the editor and the manager, financial manager, men who know they have to give him money, but they have no intention to do that. So they use a pretext. They say, "Oh, I don't have with me, but you owe me money. Well, I'll write you a check. No, I need it now." And indeed, he's in that desperate condition, as mentioned. He has long periods wherein he is hungry, starving actually. And so this, and not only that, but he has accumulated huge debts to Maria, a person who helps him, to the bakery, to everybody. He has debts, and he owes money to everybody. So he insists. Okay, you see, I'll tell you what, tomorrow. No. And then he has to use his impressive physical strength and says, "Look, I will not leave here, this office, until you pay me." And he has to use force and says, "Look, I'll take whatever you have in your pockets." And they owe him $5, which sounds ridiculous, but it's not. It's in the money of today. It might be, I don't know, close to 1,000. It's not important to make the exact rapport, but it's much more than. And anyway, he depends on very little. I mean, that's so he takes $4 and, I don't know, 55 cents from these people, moves to the next office where he's not so lucky or successful, because the people there throw him down the stairs. They're too powerful men, and they say, "Oh, I'm impressed with your force," and they become, in a way, buddies, and so they go and have a drink. With time, he becomes appreciated and acclaimed, and Martin Eden is this time upset with the fact that they now keep inviting him to dine, to eat, for dinners and whatnot. And he says, "Well, where were you when I was starving? I mean, I needed a meal then." and it's ridiculous, because I had already written these stories which bring me some money and your recognition now. So it's not like he has done anything special in between. But that's fame. That's the way it works sometimes. Very interesting novel. In fact, Jack London has written that he wanted to criticize individualism in the person of Martin Eden, but no critic has realized that, has found that. Interesting. Included by Le Monde in the best 100 publications of the 20th century.